They definitely saw something they wasn't supposed to see, and now they're just like, what do we do? Because we know damn well we weren't supposed to see that shit, and we seen it.
Anywhere you go, anywhere you go, give it on. Anywhere you say, anywhere.
Hey guys, it's Young Guys Cosplay, and I'm back again with another Stitch and Bitch Sunday video. Today we are back on my bullshit with Resident Evil Infinite Darkness, and episode 2, like there's only 4 episodes of this, but like I forgot how quickly these episodes kind of escalate because episode 2 was on some wild shit. But real quick, if you're new to my channel, howdy. How y'all doing? Over here, I do a little thing called Stitch and Bitch Sundays where I sit down and tell you guys about a terrible movie or TV show that I watched while I crochet. For my reoccurring viewers, thank you guys so much for watching my videos and supporting me. There's like, God, I don't know where to even begin because last week I made a video about BlurCon. If you haven't seen it, go ahead and check it out here or here. I forget where cards go, but like that video did exceptionally well. And I just really want to say thank you. Like, thank you guys so much for watching my video and chiming into how you felt about the whole situation and subscribing because y'all, we went from like 330 something subscribers to last time I checked damn near 450. I dare say 460. Y'all, thank you guys so much. I really do mean that. And everyone else who's like, you know, talking shit in the comments of that video, baby, a view is a view, so thank you. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, feel free to subscribe and everything. Come join the Yarling gang and let's get into this video. Episode 2 starts with a flashback from Jason. We see him going to a cabin in the woods. Yes. Great things have come from cabins in woods. You see Jason visiting a friend. He goes inside. He has this like bag on him. They don't really show what's in the bag. You just kind of see that it is a bag. And he goes in to visit his friend and everything. And then he drops the bag dramatically. Some capsules kind of fall out. And we don't know what's going on. But he looks shocked. He looks surprised. He's like, oh my God. But we don't get to see what happens. So we're like, oh my God, what is this? The scene jumps to Leon waking up Jason. Jason's basically going through, you know, your classic PTSD. And he asks him, you know, hey, you want to explain why you was doing drugs in the bathroom? And Leon, being Leon, was minding his business. I almost said black ass business, but like he was minding his business as he should. But now he's not. So he's asking Jason, you know, yo, what's up? What's with the stuff you got going on back there? Before we get an answer out of Jason, the scene flashes back to Claire, and she's trying to get to the bottom of what happened at Panam Stand because she's like, listen, these dots are not connecting. I don't know what happened, but there's something in the water and I don't like it. So Claire's on her detective bullshit, and she notices that Wilson personally greets the Mad Dogs troop when they come back from Panam Stand, and that all the troop members magically managed to control, alt, and delete themselves. And she was like, coincidence? I think not. So she is digging and she's trying to figure out exactly what happened. So far, I think the only person who's alive from the Mad Dog troop is Jason. So she's just like, okay, Wilson, we got you over here, classic American xenophobia, you over here putting earworms in the president's ear, like we gotta do something about China. And we all just like, sir, it sounds like a personal problem, but like, please go off, I guess. She decides that she's gonna go visit the cabin of the last friend who managed to unalive himself and, you know, see what's up. See why Jason was visiting him in the first place. So we have yet another flashback to Panam Stand to see exactly what happened to the troops. Essentially, the Mad Dogs, you know, they broke order, they flew down to go save their fallen members, and they're only able to save one person. And this one person was not looking good, okay? He ain't got no limbs. And they're just like, listen, we gonna get you out, you gonna be okay. And I'm just like, sir, but how? I think I mentioned this in my last video. How? My dude got no arms, no legs. I appreciate the optimism, but the reality of this is, looks like he ain't gonna make it. So the Mad Dogs basically just like, you know, what the hell's going on and everything. They managed to get away from the rest of the I had this issue last time. I don't want to call them natives because America has used that term so poorly that it just always sounds bad coming out of my mouth, because the only time I hear it is when it's associated with uncivilized idea. But anywho, the people who live there, the people who are defending themselves against, I guess, the American troops and other troops around them, they come in and I think they begin to like fight and they manage to get away. The scene jumps. There's a lot of like scenes jumping from around just because they don't want to give away exactly what happened, even though it's obvious we know what happened. But the scene jumps and the Mad Dogs are basically back on base and they're arguing amongst themselves what should they do, because they definitely saw something they wasn't supposed to see, and now they're just like, what do we do? Because we know damn well we weren't supposed to see that shit, and we seen it. They're arguing amongst themselves, and Shane May comes in, and she's just like, hey, what's in the body bag? Why is it moving? Can I look? I just want to confirm what I think I know to be true, but like, I just need proof. We flash forward to May, and she's in the bathroom, and she has a locket of the picture of the fallen soldier, and we get to find out that his name is Jesse. And I'm assuming they have some kind of relation to each other. We find out later, but like, the plot is thickening, okay? The plot is getting juicy now. Why are they all connected? How? What happened? So we jump back over to Leon and Jason, and Leon basically is like, yo, bro, you want to talk about it? Because you look like you're seeing some shit and you're not doing okay. And I know exactly how you feel because I'm from Raccoon City. And you know, it's just those little things. We're just like, he said Raccoon City, y'all. It's Leon. So Jason doesn't explain what's on his mind. He just starts going to this really weird and deep and very disturbed monologue about fear and how to I guess bring it about in people, and how, you know, people say, oh, you're brave and everything, you this and that, but like, it's really just fear. And I'm kind of just like, my boy Jason is far from okay. Leon, maybe we shouldn't have asked. Maybe we should just left him alone with his thoughts, because his thoughts sound scary. It's at this time where I get to be rudely reminded that Mr. Leon was a rookie cop at Raccoon City before Raccoon City fell. And when they said that, I'm over here gushing, simping real loudly, real hard for my boy. And then I just had this really rude awakening where I'm just like, not me simping for a white male cop in the year of our Lord 2020. Child, this is embarrassing. I could never. But here I am. But it's fine, it's okay, because like, you know, Leon was out here saving lives, doing what he can, and he's just upset that, you know, Raccoon City was covered up by the government, and like, you know, he's not really a cop and everything. He's just like, you know, he's like a regular, like, he's a Raccoon City cop. Like, guys, don't think about it too hard, okay? Moving forward. So as they're finishing the monologue, or as Jason and Leon are finishing their conversation, the submarine, surprise, gets shook. All of a sudden, next thing you know, sub going down. Did we see it's coming? Yes. Are we still nervous and excited? Yes. The sub is going down. Leon is like, whoa, I gotta go check on the crew, make sure they're okay. And Jason and May decide to go into, I think, a separate cabin where they have like an emergency, I would say exit, but emergency part of the submarine that will detach from the main part of the submarine, and then they can get away. This whole scene, it was so silly, but I still really enjoyed it because, again, we focus on Leon a lot, and he goes in, he checks to see on the crew. They all dead. We don't know how. He's just like, what's going on? Why are they just on the ground like this? And we see zombie rats. And Leon's response is about how I felt. He really said, "They shit me." And I was like, yes, sir. That's exactly how I feel about this situation. But because it's Leon, is the original voice actor from the video game, we get a cute little line where he goes, "Wish I had some cheese." And I just love it. I live for it. And he manages to get away. We cut back over to Jason and Miss May, and they over here killing the crew. Plot twist that we didn't see coming. We definitely saw coming. Leon eventually escapes and makes it over to them. And when I say Leon was not having it, he opens up the bunker. He sees the dead crewmates. They don't even try to cover it up. May opens it up. She got her gun pointed at him. And he's just like, either pull the trigger or move. I don't have the time. Listen, I've been through too much to be sitting here playing this cat and mouse thing, okay? You either pull the trigger or you're gonna let me in. And Jason like nods to May, you know, let him in, he's fine, he'll be all right. And they let him in. They make it out, the submarine explodes. We cut back over to the White House, and Mr. Wilson is just feeding a nice steady spew of xenophobia to the president. Like, sir, we gotta do something about China. Are they a threat? Most likely not. Do I feel threatened? Yes, I'm a fragile white man. What do you expect from me? The president is at this point trying to figure out what he wants to say about the whole Panam Stand situation, because they give some vague thing about, oh, U.S. troops are coming in here to help them, but like we're doing more harm than good in China and everything. Like, we should be friends, but like we don't need to fight over this territory. And that whole story doesn't really matter, because literally if I wanted to hear that, I could just turn on CNN. We cut back to Jason, May, and Leon, and I had to count my stitches. I was like, wait, what stitch are we on? Leon basically confronts them, and he's just like, yo, you killed them, didn't you? I think May at this point is off trying to get groceries from somewhere because, you know, you need groceries or whatever. Jason basically explains how him and May want to expose the government for covering up the zombie attack in Panamstan. Because, you know, he was going through it, his troops were going through it, and the government said, if I don't recall, you don't remember. If I don't say nothing, you ain't seen nothing. Jason basically like, listen, if we get evidence, we show the world what happened, you know, we could shut them down. Leon, being the good boy that he is, was like, listen, you can't do that. They're gonna cover it up, trust me, Raccoon City. I tried, they cover up that shit. It's just, they're really good about that. And that's probably one thing I noticed about Resident Evil is they do a really good job about making sure that big corporations get away with shit. Because, you know, why use art when you have reality? Jason is also on some like real dark shit. So Leon's kind of like, hey, I'm not sure if you want to expose or just retaliate. And I'm not here for revenge. May comes back, I think, but she doesn't like open the door loudly. She comes in very quietly because she's trying basically listening to see how the conversation goes, because she's like, listen, if Jason can't get Leon on board with us, I'm gonna kill him. If Leon does come on board, I'm gonna walk in with these eggs and make pancakes for everybody, so I just need to know what I need to do. Jason basically does this really weird dramatic pause where he's kind of like, okay, you're not going to agree with me, you're gonna turn me in, let me just reach for my gun. And Leon, being Leon, like, you know, kills Jason on the spot. We see his body fleeing dramatically around the couch. Like, I was just like, sir, I know it's close range, but like, you didn't shoot him with a shotgun, you shot him with like a regular pistol. So like, why the dummy effect? May ends up getting away, and that's basically how the episode ends. If you've watched this series already without spoiling anything, how do you feel about Resident Evil now? Like, if you've played the games and you're watching this and you're watching me review it, how do you feel about the TV series? Because I kind of want more. Like, there's definitely some things I'm kind of like, we could do without that. But I wouldn't, if they release like, you know, 4 more episodes later, I would watch it. As always, thank you guys so much for supporting my channel, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye.